trip to New York changed my entire career.
Yeah. How so?
I had after I had quit my job, I had got a message. I used to go on Instagram, like anytime I see a music video or any piece of content that I love, I look for the credits and look for everybody, and then I go on Instagram and message every single person I found in those credits.
Great
right?
advice.
And I ended up finding this guy named Micah Bickham, and he worked for Vivo at the time. And I reached out and was like, "Yo, I got this." Sent my links, and he was like, "Yo, this shit is dope." And he was new there, and they were giving him the opportunity to pitch a series. So he was like, "I want to do this series called Liftoff. I want you to do the pilot so I could pitch it to Vivo."
Sick.
And he was like, "I can't pay you, but you could keep all the content that we make." So I end up going out there, and I take some of my homies, and it changed my life.
Yeah.
Like what we did, I just like, I have spent my last money.
Yeah.
But when I was on the way home, I was like, I need to do this at home. I know I could do this. And we just did 3 live performance sessions, but it gave me just the blueprint and the idea for everything I was doing the next few years. And
with content, how much has that become a part of everything that you do?
I think content is as important as it's always been in our lives. You grew up wanting to be an actor because you've seen a piece of content like that. It's always had that significance, but it didn't have the word attached to it. So it's like, man, it's always been important and vital. Like we thrive on great art. Like we need things to move us, and that's all content is. How am I going to move you today? That's all it is. It's nothing deeper, and it's always existed throughout our journey. I seen Kanye making a vid that was content, and it was like, oh, that changed my life. It's still the same thing today. That never changed.
Where do the backyard shows come from?
Man, I was finna do a show in Oakland, and the venue I was using, the owner calls me before the show, and it's just hyper negative. It was one of my first shows, and I was doing like tickets at the door and all that. And it was just so much negativity. I was like, I don't even want to do the fucking show no more. And I hated the feeling of someone talking me out of what I want to do. And my passion, I didn't enjoy him having that power because it made me feel powerless, you know? And after that, I was just like, I have to have my own shit. And it just, to me, it's like the same as a studio. When I was young, it's like, I got to have my own studio. This is the only way it's going to make sense. And that was just the inception. It was like, I have to have my own shit. You got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
You got to pay your dues. Like everything you have to do and sacrifice to become successful is the cost of success.